Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to IndieTention. My name is Kaizer. We check out a game called Windy Meadow, a Roadwarden Tale, from the same makers who did Roadwarden, Moral Anxiety Studio, and published by Assemble Entertainment, courtesy of the developers and publisher, for giving us the chance to cover this game on the channel. Came out to Steam on 16 October 2023. On the Steam store page reads, Windy Meadow, a Roadwarden Tale is an interactive slice-of-life visual novel about choosing your own path. Help three protagonists make the most important choices of their lives, featuring a multitude of handcrafted characters and a richly detailed village set in the Roadwarden story world. Without further ado, let's check out Windy Meadow. By checking out the settings menu quickly. So text. This is by default, so I'm not gonna change it for now. Oh, this is cool. Even there's support, and you can even change the font to clean or pixelized. I'm gonna leave it as it is for now. Alright, let's return and start our game. Would you like to play through the tutorial first? Yes, please. Continue, click on the left mouse button anywhere within the constraints of the white border. Pressing the left mouse button will also speed up the game. You can try it soon to skip a black screen. Usually the game gives you unlimited time to read, but not always. If you skip anything by accident, use the mouse wheel to roll back. Oh, that's neat. I like that. Or use the archive to reread the most important and the most recent text. You can find it in the menu. Press the right mouse button or escape to open it. Sweet. In some cases, you'll need to make a choice tied to your character. You'll see an example now. The game won't move forward until you press an option with left mouse button. You want me to decide? Tell me more. I can see I have choices like that. I think I've got it. Well done. Most people you talk with have their text aligned to the right hand side of the screen. Same goes for their portraits. Your character, on the other hand, will be presented on the left side of the screen. If you'd rather keep the entire text aligned to the left, select the settings menu available. The listening characters have a much darker portraits like my name just below the yellow, so you can point at it with your mouse to see a short description of who I am. Once a famous mercenary and adventurer, she moved to Windy Meadow from the city. A year has passed, but so far being away from home hasn't helped her bury her regrets. You can also point at the yellow words. Maybe you want to learn more about dragon modes, coins used by the 10 cities. Major power is set in the north. These small hollow rings are made of real dragon modes. Sounds very valuable actually. Or maybe you want to learn more about Bates. My distant relative. I used to teach him how to handle a sword, and after spending a few years as a roadwarden, he became the local priest. He's the person I should thank for taking me into this boring village. And if the unusual description stays on the screen for longer than you like, just press on it with the left mouse button to close it. If your mouse is pointing at the buttons, using the left mouse button will press them instead of progressing the game, unless they are grey. Whenever you visit a new place, a small animation will remind you to open a map. Press the mark icon to see where you are at any given time to read the area's unique description. Nalia, I think it's Nalia, right? It's of Nolio. That means, yeah, it's Nalia. Nalia's house was placed just outside of the walls despite the advice of the council. It's a news building in the village and a rather opulent one. This box allows you to enter the menu. It also reveals few additional buttons. This opens up the codex. In this tutorial, it's rather empty but will soon contain descriptions, all the game's characters and more. Just like the mouse to the right button here looks like it rolls back the game while the left speeds it up. By default, you won't be able to skip the parts of the game that you haven't seen. You can change this in the settings menu. And these two buttons, save and load. You can also press F1 to learn more about the keyboard controls, or press controls button you can find in settings. 1. Sweet. Now you know all the basics. Have a good time. Like chapter Vina the Huntress. Last evening. Since when do you have this many patron stabs? See where we are. The Tasty Claw Inn is my favorite spot of the village. Clean, warm, and smelling of fresh fruits. It's low in the daytime but busy during evenings and rainfalls. My sister Lita works here for Stabulus, the innkeep. The news of Vina's deeds have reached the city. The merchants want to hire her. Deeds? I don't recall. But I told you already, What a loud bunch. And what a loud bunch. I think I'll take the bottle back home. What else is new, ma'am? It's been an hour since you joined the merchants at the table. Keeping your back straight for long starts to wear on you, but you were told only to speak when spoken to. You observe the others, but you can't follow their prattle. Something about a missing ship from the Far East, and new spice that everyone just needs to try, even though it's as expensive as a sheep. They summarize how you defeated those trolls from last autumn right at the start, but since then, they are pretty much ignoring you. I'd rather hang out with my friends, or the longer I'm here, the easier it's going to get. Or do the city folk treat all their employees this way? In Windy Meadow, all of your neighbors are friends, or at least friendly. Yeah, there's a ravine between you and the rich folk. Sophina, how's your beer? You cast a glance at your dad, who manages to stay in control. As always, why can't you be that confident? I prefer some cider. I'd have some cider, to be frank. And you couldn't say so sooner. You better learn how to speak for yourself before you reach the city. Don't encourage her. In Veritas, it's better to drink crappy beer than insult a merchant. The city offers everything one may desire. Ale houses, meat, spices, music, acrobats, gambling, fancy clothes, bright nights. It's a different world. It's just being polite, Ivolo. Your girl has potential, Latro. She follows in your footsteps. Kind words, but you struggle to find a hunter who could match her talent, and she's not even 20. Leading the trolls into the swamp was quite a plan. Our Fable put together a song about her bravery. Ever since I started assisting my father, Fable and I have been drifting apart. But we used to spend a lot of time together as kids. He always had some scary or funny stories for us and used to say he saw them in his dreams. Our Fable, you've grown quite comfortable with your new home. Maybe, in a way. Let's not jump ahead, nothing's been decided yet. But it's great. It's a great opportunity. Don't you want to leave the nest, darling? Feels good in Windy Meadow. She'll think about it after you tell us your offer. Argentia knows the details, but from what I've read, the guild in Veritas can reward Venus talents generously. It's not that intricate. We can always find a job for a gifted warrior. What kind of job? Start as a guard at the store, or maybe a warehouse, learn more about the city, then become my personal defender. Prove yourself, and once I get the chance, I'll whisper your name to the larger players. All you need is strength and ambition. Keep going the extra mile and you'll end up as a commander, or overseeing our caravans and ships. You could work as a Roadwarden for a year or 5 too. A life of wealth and adventure, then a quick retirement. especially if you were to join the guild as an investor. As you can see, such life has treated us fairly well. Don't tell me it's not a tempting opportunity. But the village has everything I need. I heard that living in the city can be rough. People here need me. Try this. I don't know, our mom is sick. Dad's our very last hunter. Victus needs my help in Mera. And once autumn comes, the undead show up. What then? Freddy's a master of crossbows and traps. It hurts me to see how her illness keeps her in bed. It's been 3 years already. She may never be strong enough to return to the wilderness. Victus's daughter, my niece. She's been asleep for a few months now. I still love wandering around the wall with her, telling her about woods. She looks so silly with my dagger in her small hands. My older brother never wanted to be a hunter, but the training he got from our parents allowed him to become a village guard. Now he's Evola's defender, moving forward despite the troubles he's gone through. We won't be left to ourselves. Merchants know our value. The soldiers from the city are a capable bunch. Your mom and I can rely on your brothers and sisters. Veritas offers everything one may desire. Okay, this is actually the same thing. I hate to think about checking the traps without your aid, but don't burn your future for our sake. Your mother wouldn't forgive herself. Listen to the others, little wolf. The right guides the brave. I'm glad that Dad finds comfort in his talks with priests, but I struggle to pray. Whenever I close my eyes, I think of Victus, Inmera, and Mom. I heard that living... Well, let's let them talk. See how it goes. So, Argentina. You're gonna visit us again in 15 days, am I right? With the wedding supplies? Looks like it. I won't be traveling in this direction again until the end of summer. That's when we'll give you our final answer. Will you use a ferry boat or a cart? I have yet to decide. Just be sure to have space for a passenger, deal? I'll fix something out like always. Don't you worry. Oh, so she's the richest merchant to visit Windy Meadow. She leads caravans through woods, fighting beasts with the magic of wind and light. She offered me a job in the city. Day 1. I'm a patient soul, but we are gonna discuss your future sooner or later, pup. So we are at the woods in the east turn dangerous quickly, and for most part, only me and my dad have the reason to enter them. Recently, the lumberjacks have started to widen our clearings, letting in a bit more light. Where the heck are we? On the east, it says. Oh, there you go. So it's a little bit covered there. That's right. I don't know what I want. That's the problem. You don't need to know to make a good choice. Let him continue. Not you use here ain't right. Once you lose control of the spearhead, the beast will break your neck in an instant. Just use the one I taught you, little wolf. I want to try something here. I learned quite a few knots from Limos. They are easy to use. Before he started using nets, traps, and fishing rods to catch food in the rivers, he was using spears and bows to hunt for saurians and large fish. His zeal has been weakened ever since he lost his foot, but his new method turned out to be more efficient anyway. Fishermen ain't real hunters. Don't put yourself in danger. I've been roaming these woods for 20 years. You can trust me, or at least consult me first. Apologize. Won't happen again. I want what's best for you. This is the only knot you'll ever need. Trust me. Are you sure? lateral. My dad's a hero, the best hunter in the realm, no matter what anyone says. I'm too tired out to carry our prey now. Let's have a talk. What about the scavengers? The runners will catch the scent soon. And yet, it's so quiet here. It may be spring, but we should have at least seen a few larger beasts by now. Oh, you want us to stay here for long? I've got plans for the evening. Do you now? Well, then I guess you're just too busy. But since I've caught your attention, let's discuss what's going on. The trolls. When did they show up? First days of autumn? That's when old Salvia warned me that they never stop their hunt. He's a wise and selfless herbalist. Every 10 days the village prepares gift baskets for her, and we sometimes bring her fresh meals as well. She may not be too kind, but she's irreplaceable. I hope Eudicia, or is it Ludicia, does her best learning her craft. And can turn the land into wasteland. I'm glad you remember. The way you took care of them was impressive, don't get me wrong, but now I've grown more and more convinced that even that was too late. They changed the forest already? Last year we used to simply leave the house and look for wild game. Now we are forced to set traps, use bait, look for rats and squirrels. At least there are more hares around, but larger creatures were either caught or chased away by the trolls. Well, fewer bees means more rats and birds, so fewer mushrooms, nuts, fruits and flies. And Limos told me there are more fish in the stream. So Limos is the fisherman. Like that, it keeps the the tooltip available every time, even though after we read it. Everything connects. You know where I'm going with this? Just tell me. I don't want to guess, just tell me. Frost is weak. We'll leave animals alone. Let them breed on our ground for at least a year. The forest needs some new breath. What about Forest Garden? Should we open it to the predators? I had a talk with... You know what? Let me see. Am I just... Yeah, I'm feeling the pixel. Even though if it's there, that one is a little bit hard to read for me. I had a talk with Ludicia. We'll limit ourselves to startling them instead of killing them. The guard is crucial for us, more important than any wild game. But we ain't some armed numbskulls. A good hunter can do many things, and Lacerta would allow us to join the guards for a few seasons. I won't spend my days sitting in the inn. Our mayor keeps her calm no matter what's going on. She's a good friend of my father, even though they usually talk about trade and work or their plans for the next season. She was raised in Windy Meadow, spent over a decade in the city, working as a clerk for the Merchant Guild. So, we're gonna be fine. There's one more obstacle, but that's enough loitering around. Let's pull out our bow while it's still sunny. It's a tiresome task. The ropes are secured to one of the trees, stopping the ball from falling. Pull it out, you have to fight for every inch. Holy shit, that's a huge ball. Same thing I said. Holy shit, it's heavy. Language. Still, it's all muscle, a fine beast to end our current pathway. Will it taste good after smoking? I ain't sure. Boar can be treacherous. Now let's pray. And of course. Praise to be the right of the years we receive for the walls that guards us, our strong limbs and sharp senses, and the gentle weather. We humbly welcome the taste of your creation. Help us spread your meat wisely in our family. Oh, and among our friends and help us sell the tusk and bones to the city folk. We'll share what you give us with the fates. Your servant to prove to you that we are ready to leave everything behind, if such is your will. Once a road warden, now a priest, used to patrol the paths connecting Windy Meadow with other villages, and folks say he was rather cruel in his trade. My father sees him as his guide, but somehow Vates doesn't try to shove his face down my throat. I appreciate that. So be it. Stay quiet. I wish I could pray as gracefully as the priest. Shameful, being a soul of simple words. Comfort him or not? That's like this. Our village needs only one priest. Each of us has a different path. Priests need hunters and farmers to feed them, right? Right. So to be fair, Vates ain't a mere offering eating locked in a room with the right tablets. Not many heights could stop the swing of his sickle sword. The old books of rites follow. Sometimes our priest reads us a story from them. Now, before we head back home, take a look here. A smooth stick with blood on its ends. It's a spear. A goblin found a thin branch and sharpened it with a rock. The all. No undead would have a reason to attack wild beasts. And no other creature would wield a weapon in combat. So it came here to stab the boar. Touch the blood, it's fresh. Goblins found the boar after it fell into the hole. They tried to jab it, but didn't stick around. The grass here is trampled, but I see no footprints. It could be slim from hunger, and that means desperate. I'm proud of you, little wolf. You'll do just fine in the city. Hi. But goblins are bad news. Best case scenario, they are gonna keep our tribe away from woods. But who can be sure they won't attack the farmers or snatch our kids over the wall? Let's head back to warn the workers, and this monster will fill up a whole wagon. We've got a long day ahead. I like expecting the dead ball. That's maybe the second largest game we've ever caught. Wonder how it got here. So we are in the city square. Whenever anything unusual occurs, there's nothing better to do, so quite often. I don't know why, but in games I don't trust quick saves. Good thing you didn't have to fight it. We wouldn't attack it even if we got a chance, not without old Salvia's binding dust. But Dad used to fight such monsters when I was little. Because Mom was at his side. She'd hit charging beasts right in the eye. She'll show you once she starts walking again. What's all this about goblin tribe you found? Just the marks and footprints. Victor told me they are just big, cunning monkeys. So Hostia is my younger sister. People gossip about her antics, but when I'm with her, she's thoughtful and quiet. She wants to be a huntress, but for some reason I'm the one she keeps asking for advice. She should spend more time with our dad. The media small furry people on pause. Can they be lured into a trap, or will you scare them away like you did with the trolls? Dad's got a plan. He knows what he's doing. Will you get rid of them before you leave us? I'm not leaving you, I'll visit. I ain't gonna leave you, I'll visit you each spring. Always thought you'd be here to see me on my first hunt. Aww, now I feel bad. Dad has this saying: the right doesn't ask us about our plans. Don't worry, I'll protect you. We'll find a way to get rid of them. I ain't afraid. I want to help you. Tribes gonna stand together. We lack magic, yet we're able to outsmart the trolls. We can handle some goblins. I may stay in Windy Meadow for good. I don't know what to think of the city, but of me wants to stay here. Dad says you'll leave for sure. There's nothing waiting for you here. Dad says many things, but the choice is mine. Goblins, gargoyles, dragons won't hide in the stronghold like some old lady, no matter what's coming for us. I'm a better fighter than most folks here, a spear woman. Spear girl, maybe. Still, ain't your call. It ain't your call. Dad or Lakurta will ask you once they need your help. But I'm ready to fight, just need a chance to prove it. Then wait for the right moment. Be ready when the right moment comes, don't argue with that, but keep your spear close and your eyes open. I will, and I won't disappoint you. I know, you are very brave. I'm happy for you, you know? How come? You got this job offer and you're gonna be rich. I don't even know what I want. Being rich doesn't mean much to me, I think. But all the merchants say Veritas is a busy place with soft beds, all sorts of food, drinks and colors, and loud streets, and all these bards and acrobats. And Windy Meadow, it's always the same. Oats with milk, same cider, cold winters, no music, no young men to ever talk with. I like to have a taste of city for a season or two, but spend years there. I don't know. Distant grass is always greener. Can you take a job and bail after you get sick of it? It would be wrong. I don't want to quit unless necessary. Can't play with our tribe's good name. I don't want you to be bored, but well, yeah, I'd miss you too. Day 2. Muffled voices reach you from the outside, from the inside. So we are here, Stronghold's view. Decades old, but this is the safest spot in the village. Would take a dragon or unicorn to get through its walls. Darling, check what they want. Why me? Just open the door, I ain't a recruit. Are you sure you want to argue with us after you dropped your helmet in the river? Answer the bloody door before we cut you or pay for the equipment you borrowed us. Hello, gals. Something wrong? Firma, a guard born and raised in our village. She's a tough warrior, my favorite training partner. She doesn't like to admit that she helped me trick the trolls into leaving our woods, mainly because she wet herself when one of them almost caught her. Still, she was by my side to the very end. Not sure, but we should talk. Tell me you don't need me to look for a lost ring again. How dare. We are here in Latro's name. He's examining for us right now. Come, we got time for you. Dina and Hostia, right? That's us. I expect the mayor has briefed you already. Only mention we are to prepare the village for furry shitheads, brackers. While my dad and I roam the roads, city soldiers patrol our walls and look after the stronghold. Ain't Brackers' first job, but he doesn't talk about himself much. Do ever for the tribal goblins? Me? Not really, but there are lectures on all kinds of beasts in the city. Superega. While my dad roam, okay, so he's a city guard as well. It ain't like they're trolls, nothing to worry about. Unless there are hundreds of them. They climb well, they can get past the wall, and it won't be easy to hire a mage to help us. Let's think. We've got 3 of us, and you, Bina, and your father. Would your brother join us? Sure, Victus is a bit busy, but he'll help us. He's Vates too, and maybe we could ask the lumberjacks? Or may allow city workers to cut our trees. They need to do it slowly, otherwise they'll anger the beast. You mean pay the lumberjacks? That's hard enough, but I doubt we'll get much use from arming the rest of the village with spears. Have you learned anything about goblins' weaknesses? I mean, we've got fire, if nothing else. Not much to go with it, is it? Better prepare a stronghold for elders and kids. Bringing in the beds and furs from storage is easy enough, but we'll need help with collecting wood, food and water. What about... so much to discuss, especially if we were to mobilize our neighbors. The mayor wouldn't skimp on a few more shields, would she? We are in for a boring afternoon. Let's grab some chairs. A few moments later. Finally, some fresh air. I'll leave the door open. Alright folks, with that said, brings us to the end for this episode for IndieTention, where we took a look at Windy Meadow, a Roadwarden Tale, developed by Moral Anxiety Studio and published by Assemble Entertainment. Came out onto Steam on 16 October 2023. As with the Sim Auto Sim currently in full swing until 29 November. So by the time this video goes live, it's going to be 2 more days for it to last. So the price I'm going to give you is after 20% discount during the autumn sale. So it'll be retailing for 799 euros, 680 pounds, 799 US dollars, 1160 Australian dollars, last but not least 8 Singapore dollars. If you wish to pick up Windy Meadow, you can find the link down the description box below to the Steam store page. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more indie games on IndieTention, such as this one. You can find it on the channel. Until next time, I'll see you then. Bye bye and take care.